Hey guys, welcome to a packing list video for the Jordan Trail. I filmed the majority of this video just 2 days after finishing the trail while I was still in Aqaba, Jordan, to give you a first-hand review of all the stuff. I will explain to you what I really needed, what was maybe unnecessary. If you have any questions regarding my gear or anything regarding the trail, feel free to ask them in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. Also, there will be a follow-up video, a survival guide for the Jordan Trail that should help you plan your own hike. And now let's get right into the video.
Let's start with the camping stuff. My tent, Nature Hike Manga 2. There is a whole video about it on my channel. You can check that out. No need for further explanation, I think. A sleeping bag for up to -1 degree Celsius, which is like the extreme temperature. It stops to get comfortable at like 6 degrees, I think. Air mattress, serving me since 7 years now, I think. Good stuff. And an inlay, which can add up to 10 degrees in your sleeping bag, which came really handy in the upper areas where there was storm and really cold wind during the whole night. My pot. Inside I have my little stove and a spork, all ultralight. I bought camping gas here in Amman. There is only one camping store in whole Jordan called Tracks in Amman. You can buy gas also at hardware stores, I think, in Amman, but at least that's what I heard. On the rest of the trail from Karak to Aqaba, I didn't actively look for gas because this was more than enough, but I never noticed it. I think it's really hard to find, and if you don't want to spend hours or days on searching for gas, better stock up in Amman before starting the hike. Also about food, stock up in Amman so you can have at least a little bit of different foods, because on the rest of the trail the varieties of food are not much. I mainly ate these instant noodles, canned tuna, beans in tomato sauce, which were not nice to my tummy. For breakfast I had oats most of the time. My backpack was brand new before starting this trail. The Osprey Atmos LT65. Probably the best backpack I ever had. I'm really happy I changed to this backpack, because before that I was only using the Osprey ultralight backpack, and this one started to feel bad on your shoulders and your hips after about 12 kilos were loaded in, and this one always feels very comfortable. I think I hiked definitely with around 20 kilo at times, maybe even more, when I had all the water and stuff with me, and it never felt really bad, and it takes so much weight off. Like, it's a really comfortable and great backpack. Maybe I'm gonna make a video about it at some point.
Something I didn't have with me anymore while filming the video were hiking poles, because one was totally twisted because I fell on the last day, and the other one was also bent that you couldn't put it together anymore. This was basically impossible, because I used them to scare away dogs. I used to smash them on the ground, and that bent over both of them. So it was always the plan to throw them away after finishing the trail. Overall, hiking poles are great for any long distance hike to take a lot of weight off your knees.
So let's go to the clothes and start with the bottom with the shoes. Vivo Barefoot. Overall, I think Vivo Barefoot makes great shoes that have a great feeling of wearing. Now, I don't recommend them for this hike. In the sand, they're really nice, especially when you use gaiters, which you saw, which I made out of tights. They're fucked now, I threw them away already. But overall, they're not comfortable on the sharp stones, on the bigger stones that you sometimes have to pass. and they're also not super stable. And also, you can see how they look already. I walked the Fisherman's Trail with them, and now here the Jordan Trail, so that makes like 600 kilometers, and basically they're fucked. So I think I won't use Vivo Barefoot anymore. For hiking, I used hiking socks that I bought at Decathlon in Vienna. Yeah, easy, nice, perfect, do what they should. For the nights, I had merino wool socks. They also did the job most of the time. I didn't use them, but like I said, it was very different, you know. There were nights in like 200 or 300 meters altitude where it was super hot, where even my sleeping bag was too much already. But then there were nights up above 1000 meters elevation, and there you needed to keep yourself warm somehow, so it's better to bring a variety on clothes. Then most of the time I was wearing my Revolution race pants. This one is super lightweight, amazing. It's also zip-off, as you know. Just great pants, very durable, very nice. Also use this belt most of the time for my pants, of course. I brought overall, I think, 3 pairs of underwear. Maybe bring additional one if you frequently shit your pants. That happens to the best of us. Then for the colder days, I used this fleece, and this also worked as my pillow. This is a dry bag, which is not waterproof anymore, but I use it basically like this. And then this is my pillow for the night. That's how I sleep since years, basically. Right. Then for the really cold nights, I have thermal stuff. This is for the upper body. This is like tights, kinda. I think I used them once, but as I said, at this time of the year, I hiked the trail in February at the higher elevation, and also if you walk the northern part of the trail, I recommend to bring stuff like this, to bring warmer stuff. For the nights and stuff, I brought a long sleeve. This is Venom Prison. If you're into death metal and hardcore music and you don't know them, check them out. I also had my Stravanza shirt for the warmer evenings and some short pants with me. This is basically what I was wearing most of the time, also when I stayed in hotels and stuff. So yeah, to have something fresh and not always wear your stinky hiking clothes. For the hat, you probably noticed I had my buff that I got as a present in Poland from the Loop crew. Thanks again. In the winter months, maybe this is enough. In the hotter months, where the sun is even stronger, I highly recommend to bring a hat or buy one of the, I think Hatta is the name, the Bedouin scarves. What I was wearing as t-shirts during the hike were these 100% polyester shirts. They dry pretty fast and you can just super fast wash them. They're super lightweight, so yeah, that's what I used during hiking. The last clothes thing that I had with me is my jacket. It's waterproof, it's great, but overall after Amman it was not necessary at all. I didn't use it on the hike once, but still you have to be prepared for everything, and that's why I brought it with me. Now let's go to some of the essentials. Money with a lot of cards, phone, passport, sunglasses. You probably never saw me wearing sunglasses during the hike. I brought them, but they're fucked. I destroyed them before I could wear them once on this hike. I don't know, I think I put something heavy on them. That's why I didn't wear sunglasses during the whole hike. I'm sorry for the noises, by the way. I'm in a hotel now, and the walls in Jordan are not very thick usually, so I guess my neighbor is also listening to me recording this video. That's my headlamp, obviously. absolutely essential on every hiking trip, should be with you at all times. Even if you don't plan to stay overnight, you never know what happens. Water purification, very important topic. I have my Cervivo filter bottle with me. There is the filter, it's absolutely full at the moment. I don't know why I emptied it. I didn't empty it. Yeah, that basically works like a straw. You open it up, and then you suck. And I never had a problem with any water that I drank. Was always fine, never had struggle. And you saw me that I drank really shitty water at times. Another essential, first aid. Basically, there are a lot of stuff. Blister plasters, pills against fever and whatever, diarrhea. Obviously, you have to take care of yourself. If you have any needs, if you need any medication, take it with you definitely. Then plasters, some disinfection stuff. For the simple stuff, you can help yourself. Also, tick remover, some plastic gloves, some bandages, something to fix the bandages with. The absolute basics. Then also essentials, obviously sunscreen, lip balm. Also, like the first couple of days, my lips got so dry that I think when I was in Dana, my lips they popped open and started to bleed because they were so dry. And then I finally got myself lip balm, Swiss Army knife, little multi-tool. Yeah, especially the knife comes in handy, but there are also other tools that from time to time are quite nice to have with you. Disinfection gel for your hands, definitely a must-have in my opinion after doing business in the bushes. And always before cooking a meal, it's better to disinfect your hands to avoid getting sick in the middle of the desert and losing a lot of important water and energy.
Something I also had with me are toilet paper and wet wipes. Toilet paper is obvious, I guess. Wet wipes are not only nice to clean your ass, they are also very nice to have to clean your body after a long hiking day, at least a little bit, especially when you're not alone in your tent. It's a really nice thing to have and do.
Very important. My phone, which was not my main source, but my Garmin GPS Maps 67i. This is not only for navigation, this was one of the most important things I had with me. With this stuff I can ask for help at any time, they know always where I am. I can communicate with friends and family through this, and I can navigate with it. It's a bit pricey, especially this one, but I really recommend getting something in this direction, something like this. Obviously you need to know yourself what you might need or not need. I definitely felt way better having this, and also navigation without it. I met a couple of German people and they say they only navigate with Komoot, for example, which apparently also works, but I felt way better because this is way more accurate to navigate with. Also, let me tell you that there are different routes on this one. I took the official route of jordantrail.org, and the interactive maps are a little bit different. And then I had this paper with me where I noted every planned stage and when and where to get water, when and where to get food, and yeah, where to sleep, the distance and the elevation, gain and loss. Yeah, so this was like just in case everything dies. I was on the safe side and kinda knew where to go and what to do. Other electronics, very important. I got two power banks with me, both of them with 20,000, yeah, so altogether 40,000 milliampere. Yeah, they were great. I never used both of them completely, so I was always on the safe side. In here were all the batteries for the GoPro and SD cards. Talking about the GoPro, there it is. And the second camera I was using is here, the Panasonic Lumix DCT-Z99. Obviously, phone charger, micro USB. Basically, everything I had with me was chargeable with micro USB except my headlamp. Travel adapter. There are many different outlets in Jordan. Most of the time you find EU and UK. What was absolutely unnecessary was this. That's a flashlight, and I brought it because of this. This is UV light, ultraviolet light, to spot scorpions. Now the thing is, it's winter, and winter doesn't mean that scorpions and snakes are completely inactive, but there's a quite big chance that they are. And I did not spot one scorpion and one snake. I tried it a couple of times, especially in the warmer nights. I was walking around the tent and checking if I can see some scorpions, but I didn't. So yeah, that was very unnecessary to bring. Let's start with the fun part. A pen to write postcards, mainly. Deodorant. Some people say when they're alone they don't care how much they smell. I do at least a bit. Matches and a lighter to start a fire. This is an adapter for the gas stove. My little stove is screw-on, and for in case I just would be able to get a stitch into a gas bottle, I could have used this and still use my gas stove. Obviously I didn't use it, but that was just in case. Sticker for my YouTube channel. Many people love the stickers. Many people from Jordan subscribed to my channel that I passed during my hike. So they were absolutely worth it. Magnesium, as you know, on my hikes I always take magnesium with me after every day. Take magnesium, it really helps your body to regenerate, and in my opinion it makes a real difference if you use it or not. In case some clothes die, I forgot the word again. This stuff. And a needle. I lost the needle, so it was worthless most of the time. And I luckily didn't need it. For cleaning my glasses, I think this is very dirty now and fucked. This is for repairing my mattress or even the tent. Do minor reparations if something happens. Also didn't need it, which is good. Obviously, I guess, deer tallow. Always take this with me on my hikes. It really prevents blisters. Voltador. If you struggle with your back or your joints or with some muscular stuff, this really helps. I didn't use it often, but I did use it a couple of times. Solerat. This one is against insect bites. I think I also did not use it once. Yeah, so basically that's it. That's what I had with me. I think that was more or less exactly what I needed, except a few parts that were unnecessary, like the jacket, but I needed that one in Amman before, so wouldn't say it was unnecessary. The flashlight, I think this is it's also not so super lightweight, weighs a few hundred grams. That was the only really unnecessary thing, I think. If you have any questions, write them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them. I think that's it. If you haven't yet, watch my videos about the Jordan Trail, watch my other long distance hiking videos, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I really hope to see you guys next time. Bye!